Would you like some ideas for making tags quickly and simply? Hi, I'm Jess from JessCrafts.com, and I'm here to help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time. So let's get making. Today I want to show you how to use the Spellbinders Celebrate You tag collection, although there are probably others that do something similar, to make really quick tags. Today I'm going to make Christmas tags, but this die set actually works with a number of stamp sets, and the stamp sets work without the dies, so it's pretty versatile. And I've had these tags for a while, and I like to be able to use them to make quick sentiments. You can stamp a bunch with this method, and then you can use the tags on gifts, or you can use the tags to embellish your cards. So basically I want to create a template. I have one made here, but I'll show you what I did to create it. I'm going to want to take the dies from the set and arrange them on a nice thick piece of cardstock. I tend to use 110-pound or so weight for pretty much everything. I just find that when you use the 65-pound weight, it tends to bend a little bit more easily. And with tags like this, especially if you're just attaching them to your gifts, you want them to have a little bit more heft. So I've arranged them over my piece of cardstock. It'd be nice to leave a little room at the top for you to write what die set it goes with in your collection, although you don't really need to do that because you could always just put it in your stamp packaging. So I repackage my stamps into zip top bags, and so I can just put the template inside of there. But I don't know, writing it doesn't take that much time, and it makes it clear what it's for. Then I'm taking some low tack tape from scrapbook.com just to keep everything in place as I run it through the die cut machine. Now you have two options for making this simpler so that you can stamp, in this case, 6 tags at one time. I'm gonna get out my stamp platform. I'm using a mini MISTI, but there's some other stamp platforms out there, and you could maybe use a really large block, or even just having them all down at one time. This kind of holds them in place a little bit easier than having little tiny tags on your desk. So my first option, that is you probably have this on hand, is just to take some kind of low tack tape. In this case, I chose the yellow delicate surface painter's tape because I've used it before for templates like this, and I know it lasts a long time. And so once I take the tape and I put it so the sticky side is coming through the holes. So I just run 2 pieces along here. Something you do want to keep in mind is you want to leave some portion of your shape without any tape so that it's a little bit easier to get out. I could have put the tape such that it covered the entire surface of this small tag, but then if I was having any trouble getting it out, I'd have to kind of bend and manipulate it a lot more, and that could make it wear down over time. I just find it to be a little bit easier to leave a bit of room. It's not a big deal, but just something I like to do. The other option, and I think that this could be a good investment for a number of reasons, is one of those sticky mats that goes inside of your stamp platform. I have this one from scrapbook.com. It fits perfectly inside the MISTI, and then I'm going to take my template and place it inside, and now my template is going to stick to this mat, and my tags will also stick down. What can be nice about this is because there's no sticky exposed, when you go to save your template in your stamp storage system, this template is not going to stick to your packaging, essentially. Not a huge deal, but again, then you also don't need to keep making tape for every new template you make. You can just use this sticky mat. And there's a number of those out on the market as well. So we'll just add our tags in. I've added some stamps that I've picked out that coordinate with each little size tag, and this means I can also stamp them multiple times because I can just keep taking the tags out, which is the main way that this is advantageous. And I'm going to use the same color of ink for all of them. You could, of course, just ink individual ones if you wanted to make them a little bit more interesting. I also really like using colored ink on top of white tags because then I don't have to do anything else to the tags, but they still have a bit of interest to them. Also, colored tags with colored ink can be a great solution too, but I'm just going to use the ones that I cut in making my templates as our examples today. And if you don't get a perfect impression, you can always restamp, but you're getting 6 impressions at one time. You can also use a stamp press or your sleeve or a rag to just kind of give you a little bit better coverage. These are brand new stamps and I forgot to condition them. So you can rub a rubber eraser, a piece of leather, even your hand over new stamps to try to get some of that residue off, and then you will usually get a better first impression the first time. If you were using the method with the tape, you would do the same thing. Just arrange your stamps and then stamp it down, and you can keep going multiple times. These aren't cut exactly the same, so I wouldn't be able to pop this in and show you, but now I can peel all of these off and I'll have many, many tags. And show you a little bit of an up-close look at these 2 stamp sets that coordinate with these tags. I don't know if any more will be coming where they all coordinate together, but I do like when companies do that where the same die set will help work with multiple stamp sets. Spellbinders did send these products to me as part of different releases in exchange for design work, so I want to be clear about that. But as you can see, this holiday one, I mean, it's very holiday specific for sure, but couple things that I thought were really cute in it. Christmas treats for someone sweet. I like that because you see a lot more, and I have it here, baked with love. I don't necessarily do a lot of baking. I do crafting, that's my thing. And so I could attach that to some store-bought treats, which is much more up my alley. There's also stitched with holiday cheer, so if you are a stitcher, knitter, etc., like any sort, sewer, then this will work well for you. And then there's just some general really beautiful ones. Like I really like the Peace on Earth polar bear. There's a hand stamp for the holidays, which is perfect for us. And then the other stamp set that worked with it was just a lot of really great general sentiments that I find myself using with and without the coordinating tags. Once you have all of your tags stamped, I have another couple of quick things to share that will possibly make the process faster. Once I decided what length I wanted my twine, I am going to take that length and I'm going to start wrapping my twine at that length so that I'm not making individual cuts each time. These don't have to be exact. I don't have to be the exact same length each time, but just doing this simple wrap, pinch, wrap, and then, pinching them at about the same amount, then I can cut them. This is actually Halloween twine from the Dollar Tree, but sometimes you can get green stuff at Halloween that's perfect for Christmas, or you can get red stuff at Christmas that's perfect for Valentine's Day, and yeah, sometimes you get them on clearance and that's a great deal. Now, when I have my strings here, or it can be nice when you don't need as much for one holiday, but you can share them across holidays. I'm going to take my twine and pinch it in the center. Then I'm going to take that pinched side and push it through the back of my tag. I find this easier than trying to fit the other 2 ends that are like loose through the tag instead. So I pulled the pinched end through, created a loop. I tuck the 2 flat ends through and pull. Now, of course, you could just be tying these onto something, in which case you can skip the step, but you can still tie this too. Like once you're ready for your package, you can still make a knot with this string that's here. But this will hold the string until you are definitely ready to make something with it. And again, if you're going to use this on a card, then you don't necessarily need to be tying it to anything, and then your tag is finished here. So again, it's just rather than taking the 2 sides and trying to get 2 pieces of string that are going to fray through a small hole, just take the looped end. Hopefully that saves you a little bit of time as well. If you found this video inspiring, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know you like this video with a share to your crafty community. Subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video!